What's up with the new USA Series Floyd Rose Original Tremolo that they debuted at NAMM 2025? Weren't all the original Floyd Rose tremolos made in Germany by Schaller? In this episode of the Axe Guitar Show, we're going to break down this massive shakeup and all the changes at Floyd Rose, but you're going to want to stick around to the end for some deep insider knowledge. All right, this is the Axe Guitar Show. Let's go. Welcome back to the Axe Guitar Show, your one-stop shop for tremolo tips and tricks and overall guitar knowledge and things of that nature. And today we have a very special episode because we're talking about the big shakeups in the tremolo world that have come at the hands of, one of the biggest tremolo manufacturers, Floyd Rose. So this really does resonate across the whole guitar world. And I mean, Floyd Rose, they've done some things, and it was made evident at the most recent NAMM show. So for decades, Floyd Rose and like the Floyd Rose namesake really was synonymous with German engineering with their original Floyd Roses and like the manufacturing, and their close partnership with Schaller. And as all of you know, Schaller makes, some of the also great trims on the market. They licensed the Floyd Rose early on and started making some of their trims that are great, like the original Schaller trim and the Lockmeister, right? But it appears this dynamic between Floyd Rose and Schaller might be changing a little bit. And I just want to mention, as we correctly predicted, just want to put that out there. But before we get into it, I hope all of you are well. It's been a while. I miss you guys, and we've been extremely busy over here at the Axe Guitar Show and channel with several brand collabs and just the production of digital products. More to come on that. You'll love it. And, but how many of you actually went to NAMM this year? How many went and checked it out? Was it a good show? I heard 2025 was actually pretty sweet with all the new releases of like the guitar lines and, what we're going to get into today with Floyd Rose. Let us know in the comments, like where you're from and if you attended NAMM. I hope I'm saying it right. NAMM. Either way, you know what I'm talking about. But speaking of NAMM, who noticed or heard of or visited the Floyd Rose booth there? Any show of hands, anything? Floyd Rose used their platform at NAMM to really shake up the guitar world and announce their production of a U.S. made and manufactured original Floyd Rose tremolo, which if you back up to the episode or the show we did talking about the new German-made tremolos that don't have the stamp and things of that nature, we kind of hinted that this is where we think Floyd Rose is going with this, either a series like a USA series or just straight up making all of their products in the USA. So they have released a USA-made original Floyd Rose tremolo. Yes, the same tremolo that we all associate with like that great German manufacturing and engineering that comes out of Schaller. At least some of them are now being made in the USA. All right, so just some background. I had a conversation kind of telecon with the president of Floyd Rose and AP International and the product manager several months ago. And they had contacted me after I released that video of the changes on the original Floyd Rose trim that doesn't have like a stamp and all that. They contacted me because we put out there our prediction that is Floyd Rose bringing everything to the USA, stuff like that. So they contacted me, explained a lot of things. They did tell me at that time that a USA line was going to be produced. An original Floyd Rose USA manufactured line was going to be produced. And so now it feels so good to just be able to talk about it freely because I'm really excited about this. I think this is a new horizon for the guitar world and bringing manufacturing back to the USA, especially for a Floyd Rose, being Floyd Rose, like an original American product that so many good American guitarists have showcased over the years. I think it means a lot to just kind of bring it here. I think there's a bright future for the company. Now, even though this is now common knowledge, people are asking, why is Floyd Rose actually doing this or going this route? Why shift away from Schaller and make Floyd Rose trims in the USA? Like, why fix something if it's not broken? Well, there's a little bit more to that. So let's get into it really quick, and it gets pretty juicy. But before we dive into today's video, big shout out to our sponsor, BetterHelp, because let's be real, having a full-time job and creating guitar content can really wear you down. For some of you, most days are just a lot. I mean, work, the side hustle, trying to post that new video. It's like being a full-time circus juggler with one too many flaming torches. That's where BetterHelp comes in. You have a personal therapist you can talk to on your schedule without the awkward waiting room or small talk. BetterHelp lets you connect with a licensed therapist online wherever you are. So whether you're stuck in traffic, hiding from your responsibilities, or pretending to play guitar despite crippling anxiety, you've got support. Because who has time for traditional therapy when you can talk to someone about life's problems in your pajamas? Or if you're me, the getup of a dad in his mid-30s with a slow-growing beer belly. Seriously though, BetterHelp makes it super easy to find a therapist that fits you. No long commute, no waiting rooms, just a therapist, your phone, and a very comfortable chair. So if you're ready to feel like a more put-together human, check out BetterHelp. It's affordable, it's flexible, and it's one click away from helping you get your life together, or at least prevent the content from piling up. Click the link in the description and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Trust me, it's a game changer. With BetterHelp, you'll be better at juggling those flaming torches, your content, and your emotions. Now back to the video. Okay, so long story short, without stirring up too much controversy, the reason we now have a USA Original Floyd Rose Tremolo, like the USA line, is because the trems from Schaller were beginning to be made differently. And you can see how different when you look at the latest original design, the one right before the USA line coming out, the one that we did a video on. I'll put the link in the description and a card up here. But that design has no Made in Germany stamp, which all of the old original tremolos had that Made in Germany stamp, so you'd know. They have CNC manufactured saddles instead of lost wax casting, and the new bulkier tremolo arm housing. I'm just gonna leave it at that because, well, what's done is done. And now we have some awesome products from Floyd Rose being made in the USA. And these products are interesting than the drama between like two companies. You wanna know more, DM me please. I can explain a little bit more, but let's be real. We have new products and those are more exciting. Now going on the timeline of Floyd Rose kind of making this gigantic shift to bring some more USA manufacturing here. You know, if you pay attention to the press releases, you can kind of see what's going on if you dissect it a little bit. The first big shift was what I think piqued the interest of a lot of Floyd Rose fans, and that was the removal of the Made in Germany stamp off of the actual Floyd Rose original tremolo. And it was there for decades. It was, like we said, it was the original way, an easy way to find out if your trem was made by Schaller in Germany. The press release about this came out in August 2023 and basically had everyone scratching their heads like, why would they do this? That's the bread and butter of the original Floyd Rose, the stamp and how it was made. And, you know, honestly, it speaks to its value. If you have that stamp, you know you have the real thing. That's a reason why it's $300+. Some at this time started questioning even if Schaller was part of the equation of the Floyd Rose manufacturing scheme. The thing is, they were, and they still are. That's confirmed. They are still working together. And, you know, the thing is, Schaller was just taking creative liberties or making changes to the original Floyd Rose design. So then a year goes by and the dust settles and we now have this new original Floyd Rose with no stamp, CNC saddles, and the new tremolo housing, arm housing. And then we have the first manufacturing change, like the first push from Floyd Rose. And those are the USA made saddles in the Floyd Rose, North Carolina factory. This is actually a factory that the Axe Guitar team will be visiting in probably April timeframe, maybe May, to give you all an exclusive look into where your beautiful Floyd Rose double locking trims are being made and how they're manufactured and the great people and the great Americans that do it. And so getting back to the story, so basically Schaller decides to start CNCing the saddles, right? Not doing lost wax casting anymore, or at least casting the saddles. And so then Floyd Rose responds by CNCing their own. They get a bunch of CNC machines and start CNCing their own. But the thing is, Floyd Rose, and I'm not sure if Schaller as a company on their original Floyd Rose trims are doing this, but Floyd Rose offers the radius options, allowing you to really customize your floating trem based off the dimensions of your fretboard and, you know, whatever fretboard radius you might have, which is a really nice option for floating tremolos because you can't adjust them as easily as, say, like a hardtail or other bridges of that nature. And you know, the switch to CNC was really interesting because with lost wax casting on the inside saddle, on the inside of the saddle well, that on the originals, the ones made before CNC that were casted, they have like a very square saddle well where a square block, or like a block is kind of shaped like a rectangle, but the block has very good corners, right? Once you CNC something on the inside, you can't make a right angle there because of the bit. It spins in a circle. So you're going to get, no matter how small you make it, you're still going to get some type of rounded corner. That doesn't jive well with blocks that have actual right angles on the corners. They won't be able to cinch down the strings. So, you know, when Schaller did that, Floyd Rose was like, okay, well, I guess we're going to CNC these now. And then caused a problem because they had to now redesign saddle blocks as well. So this change was big for the brand. But what was even bigger was the questions about where the company was going by taking some of this manufacturing burden and bringing it to the U.S. Was Floyd Rose trying to make their own USA bridges, right? That's what we talked about in the video before. I wonder if they're going to make USA bridges. Now from there, what came next was pretty expected. If Floyd Rose was going to make hardened steel components in the USA, it's got to start making other crucial components of the whole double locking trim. So that's where the nut comes in, the USA made nut. And literally not more than 4 months after the announcement of their USA saddles, Floyd Rose announced 3D printed nuts that include 10 classic sizes, the 10 classic sizes that we kind of already know about, that have a 10-inch radius. They do have plans within the spring of 2025 to advance and offer multiple different radii for their nuts. And I mean, this is something that would be wise because you know, you have a lot of companies like Hand Tug that are making the nuts that actually adjust in height to address height differences in nuts. And then you have other brands that do make different radii. So this is a good business move. If they're going to make them stateside, why not just start to offer different radii? You already offer different radii in your saddles. Why not do it with the nuts? But I mean, when in doubt, zoom out and like look at the strategic kind of decisions to start doing this. I mean, this is a big move because it really showed how Floyd and AP International were grabbing the reins and taking control of manufacturing here in the USA by 3D printing these nuts and finishing them off with a kiss cut CNC. This then brings us to our crescendo moment of the groundbreaking announcement that at NAMM that Floyd Rose now has a USA line of original Floyd Rose tremolos. It kind of feels like a homecoming, like we're bringing it back, you know, from the glory days. We're bringing the, you know, a trim that was made originally, like the very original designs in America, and we're bringing it back, you know? No longer are the originals strictly made in Germany. You can now get USA-made tremolos that would argue, you know, I would argue are probably better because of the manufacturing is like more controlled because of that dynamic, that relational dynamic between Floyd Rose and Schaller. There will be less surprises and I think more consistency in these trims than what the last couple of years offered in regards to the original Floyd Rose. You know, it felt like every couple months you'd see a press release where the Floyd Rose was changing for some unforeseen reason. I think we have something at least that's going to be more stable and something that's going to be continuous throughout at least a couple years. Now, these USA Original Floyd Rose tremolos, and this is directly from the horse's mouth, the product manager over at Floyd. The originals are made with hardened steel saddles, hardened steel base plate and screws, nickel-plated brass block, and brass fine tuning screws. So with the USA line, you're really getting those phenomenal quality materials everyone loved with the original from Schaller. So there's no question about the materials transferring over to the USA. You're going to get the same materials, and likely that transforms or translates to good longevity of an original Floyd Rose trim. I mean, historically, you don't really get any problems with an original Floyd Rose trim. It is the cream of the crop. Sure. Are there new tremolos that are being made with more different features, replaceable knife edges, things like that? Sure. But the original Floyd Rose tremolo is the original, and it has been one of the most reliable tremolos for decades. Now, I don't want to give away too much in this video, but you have made it to the end, and I want to announce that one of the new USA original trims will be packed up by Floyd Rose and sent my way in the next couple of days. So I will get it, unbox it, and we will talk about it with you all here on YouTube, and you can have the most updated scoop, and you will get to see one of these bad boys up close, and you can have a look for yourself to see what you think about it. All right, guys, that's the end of the show. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and listening or watching. And don't forget to subscribe below so you don't miss out on Tremolo tips and tricks. And if you're listening to this on audio, however you're listening to it, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, go ahead and rate it and leave a comment. I'd really appreciate you.